The Children, Young People and Families Network has now more than 300 local members, most voluntary sector groups working with children, young people and families. We support them in taking part into local commissioning, partnerships, workforce development, lobbying opportunities, policy debates, and empower/train them to strategically represent the sector and our families. Croydon Family Power is a 3-year project, is a unique combination of evidence-based approaches, building child empathy, enhancing parental capabilities and strengthening family resilience, alongside innovative community development work, utilising the natural assets in our communities. This integrated programme is tackling root causes by strengthening families before problems occur or escalate, by building and nurturing community links, and by brokering continued support.
Hi, I'm Aisha Bryan. I'm the Programme Manager for Croydon Family Power. Croydon Family Power is an early intervention programme funded by the Big Lottery. It has 4 main themes, which are Family Navigators, ABCD, which is Asset-Based Community Development, Just What We Need Parent Pod, and Roots of Empathy, which is a Canadian early intervention programme delivered in Croydon schools. I'm here today with Anita Davidson, who's one of our family navigators, and we can get to learn what a day in the life of a family navigator's like, and get some insight into the great work that the family navigators are delivering.
I really enjoy my role as a family navigator, and for me, being able to help other people it gives me satisfaction as well, the fact that I know that I've helped somebody. Some of the families that come into me have been quite isolated, and the parent, normally it's been the parent that has a disability, they haven't known where to turn to. So a lot of it has been through word of mouth, and they've come to us, and the difference you see within a short time, the fact that they're now getting services, they're having their DLA, which is Disability Living Allowance, helping them through that maze of services has been one of the highlights of the job for me.
That's really good to hear. I mean, I get positive reports from the people that you've worked with, and it prevents them from having to sort of seek more formal early intervention with perhaps children's services, and then before they've got to a stage where they feel they can't cope, they've had your support and they're back on track, taking charge of their own family. So I think it's a wonderful job that you're doing, and I'd like to thank you very much.
Thank you.
Starting in October 2012, 16 Just Coping parents have accessed Just What We Need Parent Pod, which provides families with tools and guidance to strengthen their skills to improve their parenting. In partnership with Lewisham Preschool Learning Alliance, we launched in November 2012 at the House of Lords, the first Roots of Empathy programme in England. ROW is an evidence-based programme that has shown dramatic effects in reducing levels of aggression amongst school children, whilst raising social and emotional competence and increasing empathy. Through National Lottery Improving Futures funding, we have reached 300 children in Croydon primary schools and are receiving promising reports from the 5 school heads involved in the Croydon Roots of Empathy programme. Starting in June 2012, our asset-based community development project in 3 Croydon neighbourhoods has identified and strengthened human and physical assets by recruiting 25 adult and 10 children, 8 to 10 years, volunteer family connectors to harness the energies of local people to develop new social networks and peer support for families. The ABCD element has been working with Partner, Gingerbread Corner and Family Connectors have been identified through outreach, which has included street discussions, meeting at places of worship, community networks, businesses, sports clubs and talks at AGMs, children's centres, youth clubs and schools assemblies. In total, community builders have attended and presented at 43 individual events. Croydon Express. Managed leader Nicole Beckford and a team of 15 sessional workers and 5 volunteers, the award-winning youth-led participation project has had a really exciting year. The team supported the visit of Archbishop Desmond Tutu to the borough and received the Croydon Community Civic Award for Best Young Volunteer Project. It also worked with schools to create the very first faith monument in Croydon. Croydon Express was successfully in gaining a grant from Croydon Health Watch Pathfinder called the Empowerment Grant. Croydon Express formed a group called MAD, which stands for Making a Positive Difference in Mental Health. Its aim was to deliver a project on capturing the views of young people on mental health and raising their awareness of local services available to them. Young people were familiar with extreme illnesses such as schizophrenia, bipolar and personality disorders, but many weren't aware that depression, self-harm and stress were also considered as mental illnesses. Our latest project is called Young Gifted and in Charge and aims at recruiting young people who are interested in becoming trustees in the community organisations and at the same time inform voluntary groups of the best way to engage with young trustees. The team organised and delivered 2 separate training sessions for young people and organised and successfully matched 6 young people with a local organisation of their interest. Check us out at www.croydonexpress.com. The Older People's Network members have had a successful year representing the interests of older people throughout the borough on key issues that matter to them. They have continued to campaign for change in their 3 main priority areas: hospital care, care homes and transport. Open celebrated the Queen's Jubilee at their wider meeting with a question and answer session with Helen Miller, Director of Croydon's Adult Social Services. Housing and Health, where members were reassured that help would be given to older people on discharge through the introduction of Reablement Project. Members sat on the Older People's Olympics Committee leading up to the event to comment on issues that would make the Olympics more accessible and enjoyable for older people, and had the privilege of holding the torch. The message our members have consistently given to the services providers has been more dignity in care, listen to patients, better service on wards, reduced falls, improved discharge, increased understanding and awareness of dementia. These comments were conveyed to the new Head of Hospital Avoidance at Croydon University Hospital Services and directly to the new Chief Executive, Mr. John Goulston. Members had the opportunity to impact the heart of the police at a private meeting arranged to meet the Croydon Police Commissioner, Sir Paul Hogan-Ho. Concerns around station closures, visible policing, access to report, distraction burglary and bogus calls were raised. Members visited Fellows Court, special sheltered care home, to consider the service provided as part of their Dignity Champion brief.
Croydon's Mental Health Forum is an involvement group made up of mental health service users, carers, voluntary sector and interested members of the public. The group have raised concern with service providers about access to self-directed support, benefits advice, GP services under the new commissioning structure, out-of-hours crisis service through care and quality and quantity of services. The group agreed their 10-point mental health plan and issues for 2013-2014 as follows. Number 1, improved early intervention services. Number 2, an increased out-of-hours service. Number 3, better customer care. Number 4, provisions of care in the community. Number 5, treatment not over medication. Number 6, better access for services. Number 7, support to carers. Number 8, informed and improved GP services. Number 9, improved hospital discharge and planning. And number 10, increased social support.
The Asset-Based Community Development Project, known as ABCD, has been running in Broad Green, Selhurst and Fulton Heath for 8 months and is now coming to an end. The aim of the Community Connector project was to identify the skills, knowledge and potential within the community and its members. The project came out of the Social Recovery Fund and was aimed at those wards most badly affected by the riots in 2011. We successfully connected and supported the identified skills, assets, associations and people within these wards to develop 75 projects, of which 60 received match funding to deliver their projects. We did this by encouraging new and deeper relationships and by inviting people to utilise their power as connected and caring citizens to work for the common good. A. It began with a community builder finding a handful of local people who are known by and who know their neighbours. These people we call connectors, and their curiosity, energy, loyalty and kindness are the foundations upon which everything else was built. The community builder helped the connectors through training and support to weave the fabric of the neighbourhood together through hundreds of conversations with individuals, groups, informal clubs and other social networks. Care was taken to include people on the margins of the community and to seek out the invisible groups of people who share hobbies, maybe play cards or keep fit. C. These conversations focused on exchanges of positive regard and on uncovering people's strengths, stories, ideas, hopes, skills, passions and resources. This newfound source of wealth enabled the connectors to begin to understand exactly what it is that local people care enough about to work together to change. D. The community builder helped and held public events in each ward to give people a platform to form themselves into action and project groups, making sure that between them they have the commitment and all the skills they needed to succeed. The project groups, once formed, then applied for the match funding to deliver their projects. Lastly, they were then showed how to best exercise their collective power, for example, whether to take action themselves, to hold others accountable, or to withhold their consent via a group of practitioners forming a community of practice group. And finally, E, the examples of projects developed in partnership with the ABCD project included the Future of Croydon project in Broad Green, Music Literacy Club in Selhurst, and a support hub for young people and their parents in Fulton Heath.
Talk to Croydon is a free online resource for Croydon people, groups and organisations to use. It's an innovation in electronic democracy to improve practice and coordination of community involvement across the borough. It also provides tools for grassroots public engagement in local decision making, such as lobbying your local MP through petitioning tools, surveys and campaign sites, live online discussions. You can also create polls, blogs and private member-only groups and lots more. There's no advertising and it's all about Croydon, so get involved now. www.talktocroydon.org.uk